So definitely what got me into respiratory therapy initially was that I always knew, even since I was young, maybe ninth grade, 10th grade, that I knew I wanted to be some type of clinician and healthcare provider. I didn't know exactly what at the moment. I didn't know if I was going to go into pharmacy or nursing. And actually at the time, I was not familiar with the career respiratory therapy at all. It was actually in my experience during undergrad and taking prerequisites that I bumped into Dr. Marshall, and I was introduced into the introductory of respiratory therapy program and took a chance on it. And I really enjoyed it from the beginning. My timeline to become an educator was quite authentic and just cohesive. Honestly, I was a bedside respiratory therapist. And then I kind of gained the knowledge that I kind of wanted to expand myself, be able to help more than just one person at a time. So I decided to go into healthcare administration for a master's, which led to me doing a PhD. Once I did my PhD, I was explored to research, and as you know now, teaching, and that's kind of how I got into the position I'm in now. I can definitely explain how mentors helped me along the way. My primary mentor that I spoke of during my master's that promoted and kind of saw the vision in myself was Dr. Lawson at Texas Southern University. The mentor that told me which schools and kind of which angle I should take that led to my PhD in public and population health was Dr. Rojas, who was also my advisor throughout my PhD program. So once I signed up for a PhD program, to have an advisor that was an expert in in respiratory therapy, and I knew he would be able to guide me on a right path. It was very substantial and needed throughout the program. My key to success in advancing my education and ultimately leading to a faculty position was ultimately my faith and my fortitude throughout this process. And that's where mentors and family and support also really came in handy as well. So the most unique aspects of my story to becoming a respiratory therapist leading up to being an educator was not having any guidance initially of people that I knew that I could look up to prior to the mentors that I gained throughout my experience. So I had to be extremely open and charismatic and making sure that I rubbed the right shoulders and rub people in the right ways so that they would be able to help me on my journey. Most of those opportunities are going to come from me rubbing shoulders because I won't know who's recruiting me until they're recruiting me, right? So that's why conferences and AARC Congress and things of that nature really come into a great impact. So what led to the Colbert Scholarship was, again, my mentor. He kind of told me about Colbert at the time, and he explained like how we did have a lack in growing education within respiratory therapy, and he felt that I would be a great fit. Granted, this ended up helping me out in the future because being a member of Colbert, the first year I was awarded a $10,000 scholarship, which was direct deposited into my account, and it is supposed to be used towards going to conferences and scholarship and professional development, which I ultimately used it for. My main goal and mission, at least at this point in my career, is still to push the respiratory therapy profession forward, right? And I believe that kind of starts with education. Yes, getting the education, but ultimately becoming an educator so you can pull people and give them hope and promise that they can do it too. I always try to make myself relatable and understandable. That's why when we talk about unique experiences, we're all going to have a different unique experience, but I want them all to understand, students, educators, everyone within the respiratory profession, to understand that we're all just going to have different paths, but we all can do it with the help of one another, as well as mentors, and even sometimes mentees can help us just understand who we are and how we can get to that next level to push this profession forward.